Miss Haley Smith flies in for the block and says, "Are you not entertained?" Liberty Ranch is already just 3 wins away from setting a new school record. All right, I am excited to be joined by this next guest. She is a junior at Liberty Ranch High School in Galt. She is a multi-sport athlete excelling in volleyball, basketball, and swimming. And she's also right at the top of her class with a pretty hefty GPA to boot. Haley Smith, thank you so much for joining us on Premier Preps this week.
Thank you for having me out, Ms. Pecoraro. I'm excited to be here.
Please call me Nick. No, Mr. Pecoraro. We're all cool like that.
Okay.
And it's a pleasure having you on. You know, I want to start this conversation by just pointing out to everybody that Haley is one of my favorite players to cover, not only because she's a tremendous athlete, but she's very personable. She's easy to talk to. She's full of energy, very engaging on social media. And in fact, we kind of started this thing on Twitter, right? Like, if you're a fan of Premier Preps and you watch it regularly, then you're part of the hashtag Cool Kids Club. And so really, Haley is kind of the founding member of the hashtag Cool Kids Club. So above all of your athletic accolades and your pursuit of class valedictorian, this has to rank pretty high up there for you, right?
Yeah, I'm excited for the Cool Kids Club. Like, I hope everyone can join, and I think it was a great idea that we both put together, and I think it's a great like joke between us that we can keep together and we can actually inspire other people to join. Actually.
I love it. I love it. Well. Speaking of social media, as I said before, you're very active on Twitter and Instagram, posting your highlights of your games and swim meets, and it doesn't matter the season. You're always putting yourself out there, but not only that, you're also posting your semester grades, and rightfully so because you're killing it in the classroom as well. I think you're the epitome of what a student athlete is all about, and you represent yourself and your school very well. What gave you that notion to kind of put yourself out there on social media and have this representation of yourself for anyone to see? Like, why is that important for you?
So actually, it started with my mom. My mom played basketball at Cal, and she was actually got the Golden Bear of the Year award. So she actually had the highest GPA out of every single athlete at Cal. So that really inspired me to do well in my school. And she's always pushed me my hardest to do well in school and put the student first ahead of athlete, because I think that being a student is really important. So like right now I'm first in my class and I want to keep it there for my whole entire high school career because I just want to be the best. I want to be number one on tests all the time. I want to be the best one I can be. When I hear people get higher than me, I'm like, no, the next test, I try harder, I study harder. So then I don't brag about it, but I, like secretly in my mind be like, yeah, I did do better than you and I like it.
I would venture to guess that competitiveness comes from that athletic family that you have. You mentioned that your mom played basketball in college. I know your dad did as well. Your brother is a collegiate athlete. Can you fill us in a little bit more about your family's athletic background and what everybody does?
Yeah, so my mom did play Cal. She played basketball there, and my dad played football there. So they actually met there, I think their senior years. With my brother now, when he was a senior, he had multiple scholarships for a lot of different schools. And he figured that actually being away was the best for him because he goes to Ball State in Indiana. But it shows that we're all trying to be like our parents. My brother's like my dad, and I'm like my mom, and my sister might be like my mom and go with that basketball route.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I've seen some pictures of your brother recently, and he has beefed up in college, man. He was already a big kid in high school, but man, he's put on some muscle out there. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with Cody and your little sister. She's going to be a freshman next year while you're a senior.
Yeah, so actually before my brother left, we were like inseparable. At school, we went with everything together. We had so much fun. We would share everything together. It was amazing. We had a really amazing relationship. He's the more funny part of me because I'm more serious. I'm more like the happy person. He's more of like the funny, so he makes me laugh. And then Lacey is my younger sister, is the 8th grader. Next year she'll be a freshman and I'm going to be a senior, so I'll be at high school like me and my brother were. And it's going to be so great. And I really hope she makes varsity for both sports. She's not a swimmer, but she might do track instead. But yeah, volleyball and basketball are going to be fun with her. I love it.
Tell us a little bit more about what Liberty Ranch is doing on the volleyball court right now. You guys are off to a pretty unprecedented start as far as the program goes. Why is this particular team playing so well right now?
We have some pretty great players on the team. We have Rachel Smith, who's so tall, so gifted. She's 6'6", and when she hugs me, she has to bend down, but I love it nonetheless. She actually has a full scholarship to play at Palm Beach Atlantic in Florida, which is going to be so far. And I'm so sad because she's my best friend. I'm going to miss her so much, but I'm so glad I get to be on the same court as her. And then we have Peyton Snow, who just passed her 1,000th kill, and she's going to have a banner in our gym. And then we have B2, who I'm also there hitting it, serving it, passing, doing everything. But we all like collectively as a team want to do well. So I think that's what's good. Like tomorrow in practice, we're not going in to just play around, have fun. We're there to win. We're there to be collective as a team. And we want to be the first team at our school ever to get past second round and hopefully get to that section final.
We mentioned Cody earlier and how he's playing at the next level. Your parents both did so as well. There's no doubt that you're going to be playing somewhere, at least in my mind, in my opinion. You're going to be playing some sports somewhere at the collegiate level. Are you able to fill us in on any kind of recruiting or college interest that you might have at this point?
Yes, there's a lot of basketball coaches reaching out right now. I'm growing some relationship with some colleges, some in the Mountain West, the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the West Coast Conference. And I'm actually really happy that my relationships have grown stronger after sophomore year. Now that junior year, we can speak more. So those conversations with them have been a lot nicer, and I'm glad that they're reaching out to me. We're reaching out together, and I want to see how these seasons go to see how much farther our relationship can grow and hopefully go to the next level.
This is an era where I feel like a lot of kids focus on specializing in just one sport. But why is it so important to play multiple sports in your mind? Like, how do your skill sets in one sport kind of help you with the others?
Well, I love being active, and what makes it even better is that I love all the three sports. Like, if you actually asked me, like, I would say swimming is literally one of my favorite things to do ever because there's like no pressure. I'm just swimming to swim. And when you're in the water, like, my favorite is the 500, which is 20 laps. I just swim and swim in the water and it just feels so nice. But like the other sports actually interconnect so well. Like when I'm swimming, I have the upper arm strength and the lower arm strength or the lower leg strength from volleyball. And in basketball, I use my jumping skills to block and to rebound and that athleticism for defense. And volleyball, when I jump up in the air, it's from all that weight training, all that lifting, especially from summer, but also from basketball season. So they all interconnect really well. It's just hard to like move from one sport to the next because sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm going to jump higher, or then I'll have to move faster for defense or something like that. But it gets a lot better once I get into season, and I'm glad I get to play all three of them.
When you're not playing sports or studying for school, like what other kinds of things is Haley Smith interested in?
Actually, today I went into my living room and started playing the piano because I've actually been playing piano since I was in kindergarten. And my mom was actually going to do a music major in college. So she's taught me as a piano teacher for years and years. I also love doing puzzles and I love baking. And I also love reading. I've been reading some great books lately from the library. It's really great. And I also love hanging out with my sister Lacey because me and her together are going to rule the world, honestly.
Haley, what else haven't we covered that you want to talk about tonight?
I don't even know. Like, I'm so glad I got to meet you at the game finally after years of all this Twitter, all this cool kids club fun, And I'm so glad I got a shirt from you. I get to rep it up. I'm happy.
It was funny because I don't know if you saw in the comments on that post that
Yes.
my wife played volleyball in college too,
Oh,
and
nice.
she saw me between you and Rachel, and she was like, I love how little they both make you look in this picture.
I laughed. I laughed that me and my mom saw it and we were laughing at it. I love it.
Well, Haley, I just want to thank you again for joining us on Premier Preps this week. You are one of the reasons why I enjoy doing what I do. Just being able to cover student athletes like yourself who represent their schools, your teams, and yourselves in the right way. The best part is that you're still just a junior and we still get to see you for a whole nother year, hopefully playing with your sister in multiple sports next year. So keep up the good work on that.
Thank you for having me out today. I'll see you later, Nick. I got you this time.
All right, folks, there she is, Haley Smith of Liberty Ranch, volleyball, basketball, and swimming. If you want to follow her on social media, I'll leave those handles in the description section of this video. The founding member of the hashtag Cool Kids Club. Haley, thank you so much for joining us this week. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you, Nick.